because my business doesn't have legal advice.
Sure.
So it's important to have legal advice so that when I sign the contract, the very company I'm signing with has legal advice.
100%.
They have the T's and C's that they've put in place to protect them. So I have to have legal advice that can say, okay, Hungani, clause 73CDB actually is not in favor of you, so we need to adjust the wording so that it's fair. So stuff like that is stuff that I had to kind of implement for myself, creating this business facet of Hungani Ndlovu, which now is the Ndlovu's Uncut, because my wife is part of who I am, and we are one. Holy matrimony.
We're going to talk about that, being a young person and married. You're not even 30, bruh.
I mean, I'm close, but yeah, I'm not.
Happy birthday, belated birthday. It was
Coming on the 19th.
June or July?
June.
Oh, okay. It is
literally
coming.
the day after Father's Day.
Dude.
It's lit. Yeah.
Wait, now.
Yeah.
How old are you? Because when I Googled you, it said you are 28.
Yes, that is correct.
You are 28, turning 29.
Yes.
In your 20s, because they're coming to an end. I'm so sorry.
That makes it sound like I'm at the departure side of the airport.
Well, your 20s are coming to an end.
Are.
Highlights?
Definitely getting married. Definitely having our beautiful daughter. Definitely getting onto Scheme Sam, getting onto Scandal on ETV, getting our production company set up, producing our first theatre production at the Joburg Theatre last year, and we are releasing our first short film on the first weekend of July this year. So those are, I guess, highlights.
So you were able to do that in your 20s. What are the plans for when you are 30, 31, 32?
You know, my God is good, man. My God is good, and I don't want to lie. I don't know what the plans are. You know, we can set goals and all of those type of things. Even the stuff that one has managed to achieve at this point are things that were not necessarily part of the plan that me as Hungani had written down. So what I have come to understand, and a huge thank you to my father, is that when you do your best, God will do the rest. So the plans are to grow, to influence, to have a positive influence at that, and to try and leave the world a better place when you leave, you know, because I mean, our nation needs a lot of help. The world needs a lot of help. So I think when you are put in a place of influence, or you have some level of prominence within society, it's important to do something good with that level of influence, because there's people who listen to you just because they see you on a TV screen. But had they not seen me on a TV screen, they wouldn't give me the same amount of attention, you know. Yeah, that's pretty much the plan, man, to continue doing good and trying to get the next people that are coming in to have it better than we do.
Because there was a person that was instrumental in you getting into the entertainment industry. His name is Shelton Forbes, also a very young man doing very big things in the music industry as well as the TV industry. We're going to talk about his role that he played in you getting into the entertainment industry. We are talking to Hungani Ndlovu. Listen, I'm excited about this conversation, and I'm taking notes as well, because there's a few things that he's teaching me, especially about social media and how you can use that as a business. Ngimdala, man. Ngimdala. But he's here to show me the way. We're going to go for a short ad break.
Keep shining with White Star and Mzansi's musicians this Youth Day on the Drive Connection between 4 and 5. Join us as we bring together the legendary Ringo and one of Mzansi's rising stars, Malay, as they share their struggles and triumphs and what it takes to make it in the music industry. Let's keep shining light on the incredible cross-generation of music and inspiring stories. Remember, when you want to shine, Shiner, get White Star, a proud supporter of South African music.
The first ever African nation to reach the FIFA World Cup semis, Morocco, are ready to face Mzansi's Bafana Bafana in the return clash of the 2023 African qualifier in Group K. The Atlas Lions want to maintain their unbeaten run and finish top of the group, while Bafana Bafana are in good spirit and confident they can reinstate the days of glory. The South battles it out with the North. Catch the 2023 AFCON qualifier, South Africa versus Morocco, on Saturday, 17 June at 4 p.m. Live on SABC Sport on DTT Channel 4, OpenView 124, SABC 1, SABC radio stations, also available on SABC Plus and SABCSport.com. Hashtag We Love It Here. Brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
Youth Month will be celebrated in the boxing ring at the Meropa Casino. This is the Power to Youth International Boxing Night. Africa Tsongas, Kenza Hosi, Dynamite Makondo, and Jacques Boika Muvut from the DR Congo will be in real collision in the WBF Junior Middleweight vacant title. There will be no moment for jokes when Ashifa Shaba confronts Mashabela Khalane during the comedian punch. Meanwhile, in the flyweight division, Trevor Ngonyama will fight Zoli Lemia in the Limpopo versus Gauteng bout. Do not miss out on the Limpopo Champions Power to Youth International Boxing Night on Friday, 23 June at 7 p.m. Live on SABC Sport on TTT Channel 4, OpenView 124. Also available on SABC Plus and SABCSport.com. Then on SABC 2 at 10:30 p.m. Proudly brought to you by SABC Sport.
For the love of the game.
Stuck on you, cause it's all I know. Maybe a fool, but I can't withdraw. You're so confused, are you not alone? We could be cool, I don't mind your blues. Maybe we could run away to talk. Let me in and we can have it all. I'll ride the wave to your shore. Your love is all I'm looking for. You're everything and more. Just stay a while. I'ma give you all my time, 'cause your love is all I want. I know it. Your skin, your smile is all I'm thinking about. I wanna give you my time, you know I can't live without it. I've been running around in circles, got me falling for your love. I need you, baby, I can't get enough. Your love is all I'm looking for. You're everything and more. Just stay a while, I'ma give you all my time.
He gets a 10 out of 10. A 10 out of 10. I'm impressed with the music so far. I did look at it and think, yo, what are we going to do with this youth endala? What are we going to do with these songs? But I'm loving it so far. Easy Freak with Langa Mavuso, a song called All I Want. Fun fact, he used to be a dancer for Easy Freak. When uzenza zonke, you do it all, hey?
I mean, you kind of are forced to in our industry, like even for yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
You know that you can't make a living off one paycheck as an entertainer, so it's that. And I think not limiting oneself, you get to kind of explore different avenues.
Yeah.
I don't advocate for forcing things, but for example, I got into the industry through dancing. So dancing led me to acting. Yes, people know me as an actor, but I actually started as a dancer. So dancing is not a foreign thing to me, and being a backup dancer, choreographer, dance director, all of that is part of my journey, and I love it a lot.
Yeah. Is this where Shelton Forbes comes in?
Yes. So I met Shelton Forbes, aka Bushy Rockstar. Shout out to Shelton. I met him 2015, April 16. I'll never forget that day.
What?
And at the time, he was dancing for Duk Singanga, opening up for Trey Songz, Chris Brown, and all of the international acts that were performing at the Coca-Cola Dome. So he kind of introduced me to the world of dance as a career. That at that time I was still doing high school, so I'm showing my age. But we already spoke about my age. So I was 16, and I was doing all the subjects for civil engineering. And then when I met him, and it was by chance, like it wasn't even like an appointment, it was literally by chance. I went to the wrong place and I bumped into him, and he was like giving me directions to where I needed to go. And then he was like, hey, but this is what we do here. So yeah, Shelton introduced me to the idea of it, spoke to my parents. They weren't too happy, but fast forward, now we're here.
Hey, you're doing civil engineering subjects, the family's into construction, then you meet Shelton, and then now you want to be Umajaivan.
Yeah.
What did Dad say?
He wasn't too impressed, because like I was saying earlier on, like my family is filled with entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention now, but there's so many businesses that have come out of my family, and they are successful businesses that are thriving right now. One of them was actually mentioned in this room earlier on. So it's that. It was like, how are you now going to go into a completely different path that no one in our family has ever?
Yeah.
So breaking out as a entertainer and successfully at that was a first for our family, and like my family has my back to the core, like my aunts, my uncles, cousins, like people from back home, like everyone, literally whatever show I'm on, they tune in. If they need to vote, they vote, because it's like he's the first to do it, and it's also helped other people that have some level of gifting or talent in our family to come forward and say, hey, Lenna, I want to do this thing, or Lenna kinali talent and I want to do this thing, because now at least there's someone who has done it in our family, because before it was a foreign thing. Even for me, I was like, hey, God, you're with me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I guess it's diversifying the portfolio of the Ndlovus, because
Exactly.
then if you're interested in construction, you can go this way. If you're interested in entertainment, there's Hungani who can help you out.
Exactly.
You decided to get married very young.
Did I?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah.
I think, this topic is always interesting to me, because when I look at my parents, and when I say my parents, I just mean the generation of my parents. My parents got married at 20 and 21.
20 and 21, yes.
Yeah. So what is so shocking about a 20-year-old getting married now?
I'll tell you what's shocking. Your generation, right? You guys don't look at marriage as something that you want. You I don't know whether we've scarred you. I don't know what happened, but marriage is generally not something that you want.
I think there's a false teaching. I think there's a false teaching when it comes to the idea of marriage and what it means, because there's this whole thing of live your best life, and reja joy, and also eat your youth, and I think that ideology is like life will become serious from 30 onwards. That's when you now need to start making serious decisions. Whereas for me, I'm like, no, if I can make decisions now in my 20s that can shape my latter, then why not do that? Because now if I'm only starting to be serious at 30, how many millionaires do we know that are 30? Lots, but they didn't start at 30. You know, so it's that where it's like, and this is not just a monetary or materialistic point of view, but it's just the idea of I don't need to go through all of these things that they say 20-year-olds need to go through, like test the playing field and all of these things. You don't need to do all of those things, but instead find someone who you share values, you share morals, you have common goals, and you can help each other to build on those things so that you can thrive. Otherwise, you're getting distracted.
That's true.
You think playing around with all these different energies will get you. No. Chila, Paula, find one person, focus, and grow together. So many people are focused on growing by themselves and then finding someone who's grown as well and then partnering together. That is so difficult.
Yeah.
You know, you look at single women who have successful careers and so forth, and then they struggle to find a partner. And I'm not saying like that's just, but it's an it's an example.
I hear you.
So that was my outlook on it, because when I met Stephanie, she was the casting director at Scandal, and I auditioned for Scandal, got the role, and I was like, yo, I can't be messing around with like the person that basically gave me this job. Like, I'm not trying to get fired and stuff. But we, you know, long story short, kept it a secret for some time, and then eventually we went public on it. But what was so like surreal about us getting together was the fact that it happened before anyone else knew me. And that was probably the perfect time, because so many other people sitting in my position now would be like, yo, I'm finding it so hard to trust like their intentions and their motives and all of these things. And then that's why you find people date within the industry, and they date people who have similar stakes, because it's like, cool, I've got this to lose, you've got that to lose, so at least ramechan. So there's so many different things. I think if you look at it from a spiritually led type of journey, then it makes sense, because genuinely I couldn't have made these things up myself.
Oh my goodness. And then you were blessed with a beautiful baby girl.
Yo, and she's so beautiful.
When na?
Yo.
When na?
Yer. Yer.
When you found out that your wife is expecting, how was that moment?
It was scary. It was scary because prior to us having a successful pregnancy, we had a miscarriage, and the journey of the miscarriage was a very scary one, which we've talked about on our YouTube channel, the Ndlovu's Uncut. And then becoming pregnant again was like, okay, what do we need to do to make sure that we don't have another miscarriage? So it was very frightening, but thankfully for having like a very amazing gynecologist, and just also like praying about it, it really like helped us through. So yeah, it was a beautiful journey at the end, but going through it was very scary, just because like women, you guys go through a lot, man, and seeing what happens during pregnancy is just like, it's a miracle in and of itself. You know, just the idea of there's a human forming inside of you, and all of these different things, hormones and whatnots, it's a lot. So it also like allows you to appreciate the magic of life, because we all come from a woman.
We
so
do.
Yeah, man, having a child is something else. The responsibility,
dude.
It's
I
mean, I heard you speaking to your son just now.
It's never ending. And my son is 18 years old.
Yeah.
It's never ending. There's always something. Because someone was saying, oh no, you must have it easy now because he's much older. I'm like, no. So now you have to shape him and mold him to become a man and make right decisions for himself. And so it's that phase of parenting where you're no longer like a king. You're not a manager that's hands-on, but you're now sort of like a consultant, where they come to you and they're like, Ma, this is what I want to do with my life. What do you think? And then you give them advice based on whatever case they present to you. You mentioned the social media, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned the YouTube channel, the Ndlovu's Uncut. But I want to talk about being the top 5 favorite couples in South Africa, you and Stephanie.
Oh, are we top 5?
Yes!
Oh, hectic.
Yes,
Yo.
alongside our Musa and
Oh,
Liesl.
and yes.
Yes,
Oh,
and all of that.
wow.
Why do you think South Africa loves you so much?
Genuinely, Andas.
Atanda.
I really I can't like pinpoint it, but I would assume that it's because we do our best to be honest and authentic to what it is that we put out on our social media. I think people have very little kind of eyes and gaze on relationships that can do well within the entertainment industry at a young age. So when we have one that looks like it's doing well, we then support it, you know. Also, I think people just love the fact that my wife is so beautiful.
She is.
So they like want to tune in because
She
it's like,
is
hey, this guy scored and I
stunning.
know I scored.
She is gorgeous.
So yeah, I genuinely don't know. You know, people say that we motivate them. There's people who resonate with some of the stuff that we talk about. There's people who have started their own healing journey because we've spoken about our trials and certain things that we've gone through. So I think it's just the relatability that people have with us. I think we've managed to, even though we're in the spotlight and some will call us celebrities, we've managed to stay human, you know, and that is not something that people that are within the industry often choose to do, because once you step into the popularity light and being famous and all of that, you kind of ride it because it gives you certain perks.
Oh, yeah.
You know, versus for me, I'm like, if we stay true to who we are, then we get to experience life at a human level. Yes, sometimes they are, you know, in awe and all of that, like, oh my gosh, I'm meeting my role model or whatever the case is. But the minute they engage with you, then they also calm down because it's like,
That's true.
oh honey,
That's true.
oh
Yeah.
you just like,
You're just
oh
like an ordinary
okay,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it also gives them, if they want to achieve whatever they want to achieve in their life, it's like, oh, I'm no different from
I
Hungani.
can do it too.
Exactly.
I'm going to open up the lines right now, 086 000 2479, 086 000 2479. If you have a question for this young man who has a brilliant mind, please call in right now. You can also send your voice notes to 060-584 2250. That's 060-584 2250. I still have his playlist. There's an artist called Sishi who I'm hearing of the very first time today. That's the song I Don't Dance. Okay, who's Sishi? The song I Don't Dance. You've got about a minute to.
So Sishi is an actor. He was on Gomorrah. His real name is Ntombi.
Yeah.
And he just released an EP or LP. Well, he released a project, and I Don't Dance is one of the songs on the project. I'm a huge fan of people that really strive to do the best they can in the different fields that they are in, and he's literally doing the most. He's bringing in a different sound. He's South African, young black guy, but when you listen to the song, you'll be like, wow, really? I thought it maybe do like an amapiano track. So yeah, Sishi is a, I mean, people know him. I mean, Gomorrah is a big show.
Oh, yeah.
People know exactly who I'm talking about.
Okay, if you don't know, now you know. It's coming up after this.
Business is so much more than a 9-to-5. It's all the blood, sweat, and tears you put into building your dream. That dream wasn't built in a day, but it was built with a Bucky. Not just any Bucky, a tech-savvy Bucky with toughness built into its DNA and a tailgate that transforms into a workbench. Put your best Bucky forward every day in the next-gen Ford Ranger single and super cab. Unlimit your world. Visit Ford.co.za to find out more.
Leave the groceries to us this winter. Just 60/60 it.
Yes, because I watch Stay in bed. Let's go 60/60. Get your curry in a hurry. Let's go 60/60. Coffee and tea delivered with speed. Let's go 60/60. We'll deliver no matter the weather. Let's go 60/60. Check a 60/60 delivers the same in-store winter deals in 60 minutes. Let's go 60/60.
What happens when you put two vlogging fashion-forward rookies in a school of awesome nerds? Chaos. Best friends Esihle and Ranzu make vlogs for their online style guy channel. Upon reaching 10,000 subscribers, they're invited to attend a prestigious business and innovation school for talented scholars. Together with new friend Karam, the girls embark on a series of comedic adventures in the hopes of becoming successful entrepreneurs. Tune in to 100 Days to Succeed, Fridays at 4:30 p.m. only on S3.
Is there nothing else? Can I dance like they do? Better not to tell, 'cause I'd rather go somewhere else. But she's rocking, rocking. She couldn't stop if she wanted. I couldn't try, 'cause they're watching, watching, popping away all the problems. She's on a roll tonight. Hey, don't you wanna dance? No, I can't. You can. She was in love. So no, I don't dance. Put 'em in the air. Alright. Easy. I just wanna know the feeling. It's hard to see. I'm stumbling. I just wanna hold you in front of the whole room. You make me ignore my reasons, all my weekends. Hey, don't you wanna dance? No, I can't. You can. She was in love. So no, I don't dance. Put 'em in the air. Alright. Easy. She's rocking, rocking. She couldn't stop if she wanted. I couldn't try, 'cause they're watching, watching, popping away all the problems. She's on a roll tonight. Hey, don't you wanna dance? No, I can't. You can. She was in love. So no, I don't dance. Put 'em in the air. Alright. Easy. It gets harder. It's harder.
He's actually live on Instagram right now, and if you want to follow him, please follow Hungani Ndlovu on all social media platforms. And he often goes live as well to do Q&As, just so that you can get to know him a little bit better. It really is just getting an insight into his everyday life. Absolutely love this interview. I'm a fan now.
Yes, we convinced you.
I'm
Woohoo.
a fan now. Let's take a listen to your voice notes. Well, listeners have sent comments. Let's listen.
Yo, Sisi Ntombi. Unobani lapho e-studio. Romeo Medupi.
Yebo.
Mr. Experience Expensive English. Oh, Ntombi. No, brothers, keep it up. I can't wait to go Skim Sam because wow, you are talented. And I'm very sure that you'll nail that part. Oh God. I love you, Hungani Ndlovu. Woo! Ndotaka Ingrid.
Yes.
Well, always be Romeo. Oh, thank you guys. Tandri from Alexander.
Thank you, Sissy.
Yo, morning, Sisi Ntombi. Yo, and morning to you, my brother Hungani. Brah. Hey, you just inspired me. Gere, I wish the story that you just told now, brah, all the youth can hear that.
Yeah.
You are inspirational, my brother. Big ups to you and good luck, brah, on everything that you do. I wish that Modimu akufetso brah. Thanks, brah.
Yes, Ntombi, the only thing that I want to say, I can't wait to see him on Skin Sam. Sometimes I used to lost interest when the character has changed. But the role that he is going to play there, I can't wait to see him.
Good morning, Ntombi and Romeo. I call him Romeo because I've been watching Scandal. And then he was my favorite actor. I just want to know from what I've been hearing that you'll be forming the cast of Skeem Sam. I just want to know, are you able to talk Sepedi? My name is Sipho Dinabantu, Marshalltown, Johannesburg.
Okay, let's make a note of that.
Hi, good morning, Ntombi. Good morning, Hungani. I'm actually watching you guys on Facebook Live. Hungani, I love the body of your work. May the good Lord continue to guide you, protect you, and grow you. You're such a young, wonderful man, grounded. You know and understand yourself. I can't wait to see you on Skeem Sam as Thabo Mabutla. Like I'm really, really waiting because I love your body of work. I've watched you on Scandal. I've watched you on other shows, and I've been nothing but impressed. So continue doing your best, and wishing you all the best, you and your wife and your child, and just like continue to shine. I'm much older, but I really love what you do.
Thanks, Ntavi. Thank you so much. So let's go to a few questions here. Are you able to speak Sepedi? I know you're multilingual. I know there are many languages that you can speak.
So, yeah, you see this language thing, I find it so funny. Because I've spoken a multitude of languages.
Yes,
and I'm
very
just
well
like,
at that.
Honey, what does it take for people to? But I think it's because predominantly I speak English, and that's because it's the language that we can all communicate together and we understand one another. But I grew up in Polokwane. So Sepedi is not a foreign language to me. But if you want to know if I can or not, I guess you'll have to tune into Skeem Sam and wait and see.
Right. So here's another point one of the voice notes the listeners made is that when characters change, oftentimes the viewers lose interest because they're so used to that particular character.
Sure.
And now you're taking over the role of Thabo Mabutla. But people are actually looking forward to it.
Yes.
They are excited. Why do you think they're not losing interest? And is it a you thing?
Yes, I think
it's a you thing.
I think we'd have to have those people in studio or on call and find out from them. But I definitely think what like one of the callers or voice notes mentioned my body of work. I think because people have journeyed with me in various different areas, whether it be my dancing, my acting on stage or on TV or on film, YouTube, content creation, whatever it is that they've consumed of me. What I always try to do is do to the best of my ability.
And you are consistent
within the realms of the team that we have. You know? So I think because what we do is majority of the time quality, they can expect at best something decent. You know, so I think maybe that's why. Also, I think some people just haven't seen me on primetime TV for some time, and they're excited to see me again. So I just hope people interact with it nicely.
It's exciting. And you will be debuting on the 3rd of July.
That is true.
We're going to go for a short ad break. When we come back, we still have these songs. There's Ugo's Hlubi with Tibo and Nata Beats. I'll be playing that song shortly.
That I'm pregnant and there's so much that I need to do before the baby comes. In my businesses, with the team, making sure that everyone is ready so that when I take time off, the team can take over.
Stay on with new episodes of The Unexpected with DJ Zinhle every Saturday at 6 p.m. only on SABC 1. Mzansi for sure.
The time is now. Change your vehicle to fit your lifestyle. With over 60 branches, 13 service centers nationwide, and 40 years of industry experience, Auto Pedigree will offer you a great deal. Get up to 50,000 Rand deal assistance on over 4,000 low-kilometer quality used vehicles. Visit autopedigree.co.za or an Auto Pedigree dealer or service center near you, because you deserve a great deal. T's and C's apply.
It's me.
For something like this for so long, girl, I love it when you give me sweet, sweet love. Seen you once in a while, ain't enough. I wish there was more, so much more. Give me what I need, give me love. Take you anywhere you want to go. Mona Lisa, señorita, come closer, baby, let me please ya. Inganes a mingi sopika, iya tinga, iya. You can be a side. Live a life colorful like tie-dye. Put you in the beam, my baby, let's take a ride. 4 pipes, I promise I won't die. Bombastic side eye, you can be a side. Live a life colorful like tie-dye. Put you in the beam, my baby, let's take a ride. 4 pipes, I promise I won't die. Bombastic side eye. Give me what I need, give me love. It's like a sugar rush in my tongue. Sweetie, sweeter. It's like a sugar rush in my tongue. Give me sweetie, sweeter. It's like a sugar rush in my tongue. Sweetie, sweeter. It's like a sugar rush in my tongue.
It's Radio 2000, our music, your memories. I'm looking at Hungani and I'm just thinking, his mom must be just so proud of him. For a second there, I was like, you are just such a nice young man, solid foundation, humble, grounded, talented. You know who you are unshaken by the entertainment industry, and I can't wait to see you at like 40.
Yo, me too.
I can't wait. Maybe let's set a date. If I'm still on Radio 2000, right? What's today? It's 16 June.
Mm-hmm.
In 10 years' time, it's going to be 2033.
Yeah, so 2034.
2034. That's it. Okay. Let's set a date and then we'll revisit this interview. I'll even play this clip and then we can just laugh about it. Listen, we don't have that much time. We need to cross to the news, but you've got like 3 minutes. I know you are, of course, there's Skim Sam coming up, which is really exciting. What else are you working on that people can look forward to?
Wow. So I think the biggest thing would be the Ndlovu's Uncut Productions with my wife. We are releasing our short film, which premiered in Canada and UK.
Say that again. It premiered where?
In the UK and in Canada.
Come on.
And we're finally releasing it here in South Africa on the first weekend of July, hopefully, if all things work accordingly. But we're definitely releasing it this winter. So yeah, it's called Love Locked. The trailer is probably coming out at the end of this month. Or maybe in 2 weeks' time, I don't know. But yeah, so that would probably be the biggest thing that's coming up next.
And there are more films coming up, of course.
Yes.
What is this film about? The one that is about to...
So this film, Love Locked, was shot during 2020 in our biggest, lockdown restriction, the hard one.
Yeah.
And the film is just myself and my wife in it. And we managed to get like a camera crew and director and all of that where we shot it, so that it was very like minimalistic, very minimal crew as well, just because of regulations. So it's about love that is chaos. Because we saw the stats when these lockdowns happened, how gender-based violence and domestic violence and so forth went skyrocketing through the roof because of people being in the same space for longer periods of time than they used to, for comfort's sake, I guess. Also, people don't want to really get to the bottom of the secrets underneath their carpets.
True.
So it gets difficult when you're facing this person every single day and you can't go have a drink at the pub. So yeah, that's basically it, like how lockdown happened and this COVID thing and what it does to one's mental health. So you see the battle of a man's mental health, where he doesn't know how to articulate what he's feeling and what he's going through, but yet his partner is also saying, but I also have my own struggles which I'm sharing with you, so meet me halfway so that we can deal with this, otherwise I'm going to have to leave. So it's a very emotionally driven story in that sense. It's a silent film that is...
Those are tough, eh?
Yeah, silent films are tough.
Tough.
We wanted to make it black and white, but we ended up making it color. But the film itself has poetry riding through the entire film.
Sure.
And yeah, we wanted to incorporate different crafts within the arts space. So we've got dance in it, we've got acting, and we've got poetry.
Papa, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I wish you nothing but the best. I'm so proud of you. I've only met you now, but I feel like you are mine.
Sure.
I will show my son this interview because I feel like he will definitely benefit from knowing someone like you who is young, level-headed, grounded, and knows exactly what they want and what they're doing. So thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my. That's cutie Anjan. It's 11 o'clock. Let's find out what's happening around the world. It's news time.
SABC News. Independent and impartial.
Thanks, Ntombi. The top stories: African leaders to mediate in the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and Mpumalanga men arrested for murder. Good morning, I'm Evelyn Tongwane.